Hey friends, I hope y'all are having a great day and I hope y'all enjoy this short What's for Dinner video. So the dinners that I'm sharing in Sunday and Monday's spots are actually inaccurate. We did have them for a dinner in the past, just not this past week. Because one night we had leftovers, the other night we had like a frozen meal, and so I didn't take pictures of those. But anyways, my husband made this a little while back. It's a deer tenderloin. He made a sauce to go with it, and then some rice and some steamed broccoli. I'm not sure which Cajun recipe this would technically classify as. Maybe either a gumbo, a jambalaya, or a red beans and rice, or maybe like a mix between some of all of them. But anyways, it had chicken, bacon, andouille sausage, shrimp, beans, peppers, onions, tomatoes, you name it, it was in there. We did serve this over rice, and there's gator drool on the top, which is a hot sauce. On Tuesday night, my husband and I made some balsamic glazed salmon, and then we also made some rice that had sauteed onions and mushrooms in it, and also lots of seasonings, and then some roasted broccoli. It was delicious. I will leave the recipes in the description box. The balsamic glaze was super easy. It's just balsamic vinegar, brown sugar, and any seasonings that you like. On Wednesday night, I'm making kind of a fancy spaghetti, and I'm just giving y'all a quick look at all the things I'm going to be using. The spinach and cream cheese I just need to use up because the spinach was starting to go bad, and that was just a tiny amount of cream cheese. So I'm going to start off by just sauteing my mushrooms until they're nice and brown. Next, I'm going to be adding in my onions, letting those saute for a few more minutes, and then I'll add in my little smokies, and I cut them in half lengthwise, as you might be able to notice. And then if I would have thought about it, I would have went ahead and added in my garlic after I let the little smokies brown up for a little bit, but I forgot. So next I added in my cream corn and then the spaghetti sauce. Next I'm adding in my garlic, and then I'm adding in some tomato chicken bouillon and a seasoning blend that I made up myself. It's just salt, pepper, smoked paprika, onion powder, and garlic powder. And I put those in there at roughly equal amounts. I'm also adding in all of that bag of spinach that I just chopped up roughly. I'm also adding in that last little bit of cream cheese, and if you don't like seeing spaghetti noodles getting broken in half, skip over about a minute because I'm cooking the pasta in my sauce, and I'm just going to add water as I need. So I'm going to kind of submerge all of those as best as I can, and then add a little bit of water, put the lid on it, and stir it every 2 to 5 minutes, adding water as needed. This, of course, was delicious. I made some cheesy garlic bread to go along with it, and it was amazing. I'd definitely make it again. So on Thursday night, I made honey garlic deer steak. I originally saw this meal being made as honey garlic chicken. I did have some flaws with the recipe, and it did not turn out looking appetizing. It did taste really good, but it didn't look the best. So just be forewarned now. And I'm also going to tell you what I would do differently to make it turn out better next time. But anyways, I'm starting out by just getting my rice started. I always do a 2-to-1 ratio, and then I let it come up to a boil, put the lid on, and turn the heat down. Cook it for 10 minutes, and then turn the heat completely off and let it sit with the lid on for another 10 minutes. I'm also going to be getting my broccoli in the oven and getting it roasting during this time also. So I cut my deer steaks into little pieces, like bite-sized pieces, and I covered them in cornstarch, and then I cooked them in some oil to get them nice and crispy. And the sauce is half a cup of honey and half a cup of soy sauce. My soy sauce is a lot darker than most soy sauces. It's the Kroger brand, and it also might be saltier. Either way, Next time, I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of honey, a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and then a 1/2 cup, or maybe even 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth. I also would not add my sauce immediately to my pan. I would take out all of my meat and then get all of the excess oil out of the skillet and then add in my garlic and my sauce. I feel like that will not only help the sauce to look better, but it'll also help it to not be quite as salty because you can adjust the level of salt in your chicken broth. Anyways, y'all also saw that I made some sauteed mushrooms and onions, and it was delicious aside from being a little bit too salty. On Friday night, we had fried chicken, cornbread, fried potatoes, and mac and cheese. It was actually my grandma's birthday, and she passed away this past March, and this was her absolute favorite meal. So, in honor of her on her birthday, we had her favorite meal to help remember her by. On Saturday, it was one of my daughter's birthday, and she wanted chicken nuggets, little slider hamburgers, french fries, and imitation crab sticks, and as you can see, that's exactly what we had, and it was delicious. I hope y'all enjoyed this week's What's for Dinner video. I hope y'all have a fabulous week, but above all, never forget that Jesus loves y'all, and I love y'all too, and I'll see you real soon. Bye!